My therapist says, go out and play in front of people. I said, yeah, right.
Well, you know what?
This is my second time.
I had some kids that were kind of had some phobias, and therapists said, get out, join some bands, do some stuff, and now I have a bass player in my house. I have a drummer, and we have a little band going.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful.
Well, good luck. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. My name's Dale.
I'm Scott.
Scott.
Have a nice night, Dale.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. The only thing I discovered was that your hands and the neck get sticky outside here in the
Yeah, it gets a
weather.
little humid, right?
Yeah, and I'm tripping over the, I can feel the stickiness. Now, this is an EVH Wolfgang, Eddie Van Halen, his own brand.
We went all out there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
I actually wanted an Ibanez, a top end Ibanez, because I played one time in my life and it felt like a totally different instrument. It was so beautiful, immaculately machined.
I think you want to step up here. That's a really nice guitar.
It's fun. It's really a lot of fun. I've done a lot of modifications to it. Install this out here. I got real short arms and fingers. And, upgraded.
Yeah, that's my problem. You got little tiny sausage fingers.
Yeah, me too. And but my biggest problem was the Floyd Rose, because it was a low-end Floyd Rose. Almost all the parts were zinc alloy, and everything wore out in 6 months. So I replaced it with titanium and hardened steel.
Yeah. My first guitar was a God. This was back in the '80s. No, it wasn't the '80s. Yeah, it was probably late '80s. It was a Peavey, and had a tremolo, adjustable bridge. It had the locking bridge up, or locking nut up.
Oh
here.
yeah, this is beautiful.
And I could never keep the damn thing in tune. And after that, I've never gone back to those. I've always played like Les Pauls.
Can I give you a hint about that? I didn't need it. When I first came across this, I was a drummer. And I'm thinking, why did they even put this thing on the guitar? Why didn't they just leave it off? But I'll tell you something. Yeah, it's a little fussy, and there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve on how to tune it, get everything locked down. These are nice right here. These are levers, so you don't have to use an Allen wrench anymore. But once everything's locked down,
You don't like lick your finger on the nut.
no, not at all.
See that sore right there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's from ripping my finger on a nut on my Gibson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a thing right here.
Yeah, right there.
It doesn't bother me. I know it's there. I work around it, but I'll tell you, once this thing is perfected, it will not go out of tune. I can hold this, and I have done this in a video. Hold it by this, shaking it up and down. It will not go out of tune.
No kidding. There it is, right there. You're damn right.
Once you get this right, and you kind of learn how it works. I've read some articles on it, but there's nothing like it. I mean, you can all day long you can dive down.
So how often do you think you have to tune that? Like once a day, once a
Retune
week?
it once a day.
Yeah.
Once a day. I'll notice myself slipping out a little. But that's more.
You think it's more the humidity around here?
Well, no. In my case, it's more of string stretching. I didn't do an adequate job stretching the strings before I locked them down. And I've learned to stretch all my strings manually before I lock down. But I get rushed sometimes, and I know there's a little more left in there. It'll stretch out. I'll just retune it. But never any problem tuning. This thing is. I'm actually having a T-shirt made up, believe it or not, with this icon on it, standing straight up like this inside of a yellow dot with Floyd Rose. The thing is fabulous. I love it.
That's what it takes, right?
Boy.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I had to learn to love it. I hated it at first, but makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Everything is locked down here. The fine tuners are, in fact, I found the fine tuners were too loose, and I would knock into them every while. So I put some plumber's putty in the thread. Now they're nice and stiff. You can feel it. You can turn it. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You won't hurt it. Turn if you want. I'll just retune it. Don't worry.
No, I'm not going to move anything. I just want to feel how they're.
Go ahead, turn one so you can see how stiff it is now.
So you don't have any problems like nicking your hands on?
Never. No, never. No.
Good.
No, these are all rounded well enough. I suppose if I did some windmill power chords, I might.
Yeah,
No,
you might
not even.
see some blood.
I doubt it. But this here, feel that there. See, tell me if you think that's too sharp, like the nut on the side.
Yeah, that's about as sharp as where I got my hand on. It was just last weekend. I was just playing up here. I'm like, just kept ripping it.
All right, up there, but there is.
This
one.
is really nice because that was the big thing about, when I had the adjustable bridge was this stuff up here. Finding
I get sick of finding the wrench, and I heard about these things.
very nice.
The thing is, when you do setting intonation,
Did you install those or come with it?
no, I installed it. It's a little kit, $48.
Worth it.
It is, because anytime you need to drop tune or change your strings or you're doing setting intonation, you don't have to look for your tool anymore. And this locks them in place beautifully.
Very nice.
But this here, I also shimmed this side of the nut, so there may be a little bit of a piece of coke which I cut up for shims sticking out there. That might be what the feeling is.
I see the shim, but no, that's your nut right there. That's the nut.
Yeah, I never run into them. It never bothers me.
It's a technique problem for me because I kind of wrap around real tight.
Yeah,
I got real tight.
how short you do your? Mine are a little shorter than yours, but
Yeah, well, let's see what this. Wow, so you got longer fingers than somebody. That's amazing.
I met one other guy. We did this very same thing. I was in Harbor Freight, and I just ran into him in one of the aisles. I was looking for small work gloves, and they don't make them. They don't carry them anyway. They have medium and large, and I said, I need small. My hands are small. He goes, you think your hands are small? Look at these. He put his hand up, and it looked all right to me. His fingers were this much shorter than mine. I couldn't believe it. I said, I finally met something, a human male with shorter fingers than my own. But it's hard. It's hard to get around on the guitar to do these stretches with short fingers.
I'm envious of these guys with these big, long reaching fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these guys that can do these big, long, 8 stretches.
Ingve Malmsteen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's man.
I mean, he's a little guy too. He's not that big a guy. I'm sure he's got little hands.
I don't know. I've just seen pictures of him on stage. I've seen him do some spreads here. They look like, they remind me of when you were a kid. You put clothespins on your fingers and went like this.
Yeah.
That's what his fingers look like.
It's amazing. I mean, I get the dexterity and I get muscle memory, I guess. It's, they've done it a lot.
You know what I would love? I would gladly trade this in for any short scale. This is a regular 25 and a half scale.
Yeah.
For a short scale. I've
What do you
never
mean
played a
a
short scale. Short scale guitar 20, like a Les Paul. It's 24.
Okay.
It's 24. It's 24 and 3/4 inches going. This is 25 and a half inches.
Okay.
So the frets are closer together on a Les Paul compared to this. This is like a Fender Strat here.
Right.
That in that respect, but I would love a tighter, fretboard.
You know what? My 2 main guitars are my 3 are a Les Paul, a Telecaster, and a 335.
335.
I don't.
I'm not real savvy.
But it's mostly a Les Paul. Mostly a Les Paul.
Okay.
But they're all pretty much the same for me. They don't feel that much different. What would feel, at least not the fret spacing. What feels different is the neck feel. The Fenders have a much thinner neck. The Gibsons have.
I remember. Yes.
The Gibsons are like a baseball bat.
I remember that.
I know.
I played one once. It was a copy, I think. But I remember feeling like, wow, that's really thick. I shaved this down next to nothing. I actually started to cut through and I could see the truss rod back.
You're scalloped.
Yes, I had this, you know
Oh,
why?
shit.
The frets wore out. They're nickel frets. So they wore out and I
How
started
long have you
seeing
been playing?
4 years.
And you wore out the frets.
Yeah, I did.
Jesus.
I wore them out. They were buzzing, and I learned how to went online. And okay, I gotta learn how to do a fret job now. So I did a fret job, but now they came out well because you do it very slowly, and it comes out perfect. You do it slow enough. But now my fingers are touching the wood; they're grabbing the wood. So I said, "What am I going to do about that? I can't make the frets any higher." I learned all about the fretboard. And I did, and now my fingers don't touch the wood.
You like it?
I do. Oh yeah. It felt a little funny at first. I felt like I was a high wire act. I can't describe it, but I felt like I was balancing on the frets. That only lasted about a day.
Did you scallop them yourself?
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I used a rasp and went across this way. I saw it was taking out a lot. I didn't know how much I should take out. I saw some examples online. And I ended up just rolling some sandpaper, finer sandpaper, and just going like forever on each fret until it had what I thought was a proper curve.
Well, that looks like the right stuff. I mean, yeah, they're all even.
Yeah, they are.
Nice
work. The one, I think it's the 10th fret, has a little bump in it that I tried to get out the other day, and I said, "Oh, it doesn't bother me. I'll just leave it there." A little bump along running through the center. But yeah, so I said, "Oh boy, what am I doing to this board? Because this is the only guitar I'm ever going to be able to afford. This is I'm old. I'm too old. I don't have a job anymore. I don't have a car. This is my guitar. I am going to have to make the best of it." So I put a lot of work into customizing it. This neck was, I'd say it was, well, I took off 2.5 millimeters. I remember 2.5 millimeters off the back.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Off the back too?
Yeah.
And so how did you
I went,
get this nice and smooth again? Did you seal it again?
I learned how to use sandpaper. I went online and saw videos on how to use different grades of sandpaper. And I started
must
off
put
with a
some,
rough. Oh, I
stuff
did.
something out.
At the end, at the very end, after I used 800 grit sandpaper, so it was smooth like this, but not shiny. Then I put on Minwax tongue oil finish. And that's what gives it the slight gloss, and it's smooth. And that's it, really. But this is almost 3 millimeters thicker. I want to work on it. You can hold it, you can play it if you like. Really, don't go right ahead. But the action's nice and low, and I like it. Yeah, I like that. I had to learn how to do guitar setups. I had to learn about the action and neck relief and first fret. No, not relief. First fret height.
It's a great setup. It sounds really
I love it. I really do. I'm very comfortable with it. Go right ahead. I'm very, very comfortable with it. And this thing is the best guitar amplifier I've ever heard. I mean, anywhere. You've got to hear this thing.
This volume?
Let's see. What's this? Here we go. Is that it? Yep, there we go. I'm gonna have a smoke. I'll come over here so we can mess with you. Wow. Now, are you improvising, like spur of the moment, off your head?
Yeah, just all,
I can't do that yet.
it's all fucking around.
I can't. See, I can't do that. Yeah. I say yeah. Yeah, you're very comfortable with it. Nice.
That's a nice guitar, man. That is really comfortable.
Thanks.
You did a great job on this.
Thank you. Thanks. Great job. I appreciate that. I really do. No one's ever even played it before. Like I said, I don't know anybody, so that's nice to see somebody play it.
It's great. This is
I
great.
wanted to tell you, these aren't real. I put these on the day before yesterday. They're vinyl stickers, but I couldn't see the dots. It came with dots, so I put these on, the markers. You must know all your scales and how they connect.
No, I don't know any.
No?
No, I just play.
I know the first open box scale pattern, then there's 4 others that follow it. And I don't know how they connect it. I can't do that. I can't do what you just did. I've only copied Eddie Van Halen and Robin Trower.
You know, I spent a lot of my time just jamming to tunes, trying to imagine what things would sound like. You know, not necessarily trying to learn whatever.
But try to
what people
transmit
yeah,
from
trying
your-
to translate.
Yes.
You know, so I hear it, I try to put it here. I try to
Yes.
hear it, put it here.
I'm going to start doing that soon. I really am. Yeah, I don't know any of those chords. I know some chords, basic chords. Do you mind if I take a picture of you playing the guitar?
No,
Great.
go ahead, man.
I think it's great. I think it's great watching somebody else enjoy it.
That is really nice. I mean, you've done an excellent job with this guitar.
Thank you.
That
Wow.
plays
I
about
appreciate
as well
your
as
opinion. I
any
really
guitar I've ever played.
Really.
The frets are nice. Nothing jaggy over here. Everything's nice and low. You know.
You must know about backing tracks, right? Backing
Not
tracks.
as much as I'd like to.
Can I show you an example of one? This is what I'm doing. This is the Panama backing track. The guitar part has been removed.
You got me. You're better than me at this. You're better.
Well, this is great because now I can fill
What
in the
is
guitar.
this?
What is this? This is Panama.
No, but what is this whole thing?
Oh, these are all backing. What, the phone?
No, all these tracks.
Well,
What is this app?
Okay, these are all backing tracks that I downloaded from the internet for free. And they're all, like you can hear this, there's usually a click, 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 click at the beginning. This is On Fire. It's on Fire by Van Halen. The guitar's been removed.
Really? So you have to download each one of these individually, or
Yep. I just hunted for them online.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You know the song at all?
Yeah. Big thing. Yeah.
See, so I'm filling in on the guitar. It's like karaoke for guitar. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. Backing tracks. I've even got one for. So I play with these and just put the guitar back in.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so that's how I came across backing tracks. But
Love it, man. You've done a great job here.
thanks.
Good for you. Nice and light. Nice and light.
It took me about a year's work altogether. I shaved this down
And I
back
like
here.
this. I like that. Did you shade this off?
I did. Yeah. Because it seems like I need really thin picks. And I
It
also
makes it
can't
easier
hold
to do that Eddie stuff, doesn't it?
It does, because I can also put it on one side every day.
And the sticky stuff is really nice.
I have to have it. I can't hold the guitar pick without it.
Wow, I've learned
tried.
something here tonight.
Right. This is Scott's double-sided sticky tape. And man, it's great. You know, finger tapping, you can hold your pick right on your finger. And yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool.
I cannot hold the guitar pick. They fall right out because I
Hey,
have.
do me a favor. Let's
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
selfie here. Hold that up.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Memories for me. I'm
Yeah, me too.
I'm traveling here. I'm from Chicago
Okay.
to come see. I got some business out here this weekend, so I was just out having some lobster rolls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I literally walking back to my hotel, and I heard this. I'm like, I heard Van Halen.
Awesome.
Whenever I
At least
hear
you can
Van Halen,
recognize it.
Whenever I hear Van Halen, my ears perk up.
I'm going to learn to play the right way eventually.
We're on the right track. I mean, I can never play piano. You got whale.
You know what I learned? You might think this is just wrong, making it simplistic, but I'm not. In my opinion, anybody can copy everything. It's just work.
It is work.
Right? If I can do it, anybody in the world can do it.
It is work. It's a lot of work, and he's got a different mindset about his phrasing and how
Yes.
he plays,
Yes.
which I've never been able to catch on.
I figured out, and I finally read this. He played the horse guitar like a drummer. I'm a drummer. I picked up on that real quick. He's drumming with his fingers on the guitar. Is what he's doing.
You know, that's good.
Yeah. drummer at first, you know, Alex played the guitar and he played the drums, and they didn't like the instruments, they swapped, and so he understood a lot about drums. He was a decent drummer, and I'm feeling this as I'm learning the songs, and you know, especially the tapping part. The tapping song, he's doing what I've been doing all my life, banging on desks or pans or whatever with his fingers. He's approaching this like drums. He's a rhythm guitar. I hate guitar.
Yeah, very syncopated.
Yeah, and his phrasing is awesome. I wish I could think like that. And I think I'm learning that.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta think like him, and his phrasings and his tone and his control is very precise, but it's not difficult, but it's a different way you're really doing it. It's not very difficult. Most people would think like that.
Yeah, and he invented a lot of shortcuts. Because I remember listening to, I've been really studying these songs for decades. I can hear mistakes. I hear a mistake in interruption. And I'm saying he even leaves mistakes. He's good enough to cover them. Well enough to cover them. Yes, he leaves mistakes in. There are others, plenty of others that he makes. And but I learned to make the mistakes too. Try to do an exact copy of what I'm hearing, and that's been my approach. But I learned how he feels the guitar and the shortcuts he takes to go from one place to another. And I'm overcomplicating it in my head until I figure out, and that's all he's doing. Wait a minute, that's all he's doing. He went from here to do this, and then back.
Yeah, it's intricate stuff. But it's not terribly complicated. But you have to learn how to think like a That's never been in my brain. So good for you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I agree with your plan. It's good.
That's good. That's great.
I gotta get back to record time.
I'm glad I'm in a spot.
It's not
Dale.
Dale.
I've got this thing on my guitar case. Drummer imitating guitars.
And that's really I'm a drummer. Trying to incorporate it into the guitar, and I can feel it. I really can. I can feel it.
You're on your way, man. I can tell you.
Too bad I'm so old.
There's a lot of blues out there.
Yeah, there were two of them all over the place.
What's going on?
Some lady came up to me a while back. She was waving around. Have you seen my son? Have you seen my son? And I said, I think I saw somebody walk by out of the corner of my eye this way. And she's looking for her son. She called. Yeah, my phone called police. So that's one thing that's up. This was about 45 minutes ago.
There's something going on.
But anyway, glad to have met you.
Yeah, Dale. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Thank you very much. Same to you. Take
It's been
care.
a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure for me, too.